What's up, everybody? This is Budget Print Alchemy. This is my first video. We are going to go over an unboxing, and we are also going to be talking about a few little things that I've kind of done along the way. Nothing major, just sharing a little bit of background with me. I'm not new to 3D printing at all. I've done a few little odd things here and there. I do have a couple things that I've done. Of course, this is my Deathstroke mask. I started on the Ender 3 V2. I believe the build plate on that was 220 by 220 by 250. A little on the smaller side. I'm probably wrong on that. I'll post the size somewhere in this video. Just a couple little things that I've done there. I printed a paintbrush holder for my wife. She likes to do lots of arts and crafts and things like that. Numerous other things. We're going to do an unboxing of this new 3D printer that I just got delivered just a few days ago. You are not going to believe the price that I gave for this. No one's going to believe it. I'm going to post that up here, probably right about here later on in the video once we get it actually out of the box. So, without further ado, yep, you heard that. It's heavy. That's because this is the Creality K1 Max. But it's not just the K1 Max. This is a refurbished K1 Max. At the time of recording this video, I believe they are still on sale on Creality's website. I believe they're $729, $629, something like that. So I got a substantially greater discount, if you will. It is refurbished. This came from the there's a Creality warehouse. I think they solely do refurbishments somewhere in Texas is where it came from. So let's get it open and let's get cracking. Of course, we've got to do it in style, right? I'm not using a little box cutter. We're not that safe around here. We're not going to be safe. We're going to mess things up, and then we're going to fix them. Hopefully. So let's get started. If I can manage to do this without removing a finger, then we'll be good. There we go. We're going to be kind of safe and at least put this back in here until we need it again. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. So refurbished, right? So that means one of two things. This is either going to work great, or we're going to bear witness to the fastest return in history. So we start with, of course, we've got the installation guide. There's some stickers in here, a few little things to get you started. Actually, I probably need to get these out of the way. And then we've got our top foam. Now, I am doing this video because, now, if someone can find it, maybe post it. I have not seen a single video. That's not wanting to come out very well. I have not seen a single video about a refurbished K1 Max, which is why I have decided to do this. I've seen a few things online. Some people said that it showed up and it was absolutely perfect. They couldn't believe that it was refurbished. I've seen other people say that it showed up and there was some broken glass, I'm assuming from the door. If any of you have seen Uncle Jesse's video, you know what I'm talking about. So I assume that that's probably where some of the broken glass was from the inside. We're taking this journey together, so let's find out. So we have got the screen here. Of course, I've already got the glass out. This is the, oh, there we go. This is the top glass. We've got our power cable. And wouldn't you know it, more foam. Okay, let's see if we can get this one out of here without messing anything up. More foam. I do have to say, refurbished, just from what I've seen, as far as packaging goes, this almost looks like a brand new printer. And there you have it. That is not a light printer. Okay. So far, I don't see anything. It's got some, that could just be from packaging, like some, it's got some stuff on the front of it. Okay, let's get this plastic out from underneath here. Now, one thing I was a little bit worried with, because I know brand new, these come with the little rubber feet for the vibration dampening. I'm hoping that those are actually still in here, even with the refurbishment. So let's find that one out. See if we can get this tape off here. Oh God, I hate this tape. We're gonna have to deal with that. That is not attractive at all. Maybe try it from this side this time. Let's see. Maybe, oh, that makes sense because I've actually got it folded over. So. The tape here. There we go. Okay, we're making some progress here. Now, I do have to, I've got to be honest with you. I got rid of my previous printers that I had quite some time ago. Didn't know how soon I was going to be getting back into it. I found this amazing deal. I spend a lot of time watching other videos here on YouTube, trying to get ideas. I overanalyze a lot of stuff, and this was one of those things that I overanalyzed. I spent a ton of time watching other people's videos on this, trying to learn as much about it as possible before I actually got it. If you haven't already seen his channel, Frankly Built, he's got a ton of videos on these. He loves these printers. He was actually a really big deciding factor on me getting this, just because of the overwhelming success that he's had with this printer. So he does fantastic work. You all should definitely check out his channel. I wanted to, obviously I want to give him a shout out. Now, right out of the gate, I will say, because there is nothing else in here, the description when I purchased it said that it was going to come with 4 rolls of filament, and I got 1. So I'm gonna have to contact them. I understand that I got a great deal, blah blah blah, but they said it was going to come with 4 rolls of filament. It didn't, so we will be addressing that later. Not a huge deal right now. So we got the filament. We've got the front door handle here, which we're going to get put on first before we go too crazy with anything else. And this is the spool holder. Now I am going to be doing away with the spool holder, the filament holder on the back, because where it's going to be placed at, it just doesn't make any sense trying to come around the back and then you got to do all of this to try and get it. It's just, everybody complains about it. If they haven't complained about it, then they have a much better setup than most, and it's easier for them to get to the filament in the back. We are going to be relocating it somewhere over here on the side, just so it's a little easier to make change outs if we need to. And there we go. So it did come with the feet. So the way this printer is set up is when it does its, it does a calibration every time right before it starts print. So with these rubber feet on here, it is going to go through, it's going to check for vibrations, and it is going to attempt to compensate for that. Obviously, I don't have any experience with that yet, but we're going to. So we'll see how good that works. Let's see, so we got our little toolkit they gave us. We've got a nozzle cleaner. Of course, we've got a scraper, a few little odd and end tools here, screwdriver, Allen keys, little wrench. We've got our snippers. Those are actually significantly better than the ones that I got with my Ender 3. They're quite a bit better, actually. Of course, Creality sent their Creality glue. And then, of course, we got our USB. Now, this thing does have the capability of printing via Wi-Fi from the Creality app. We are also going to dive into that. I've never printed through Wi-Fi. It's always been I get on my slicer, which I was using. I was using Cura mostly. You slice what you're wanting to print. You put it on the SD card. The SD card gets plugged into the USB. The USB, the SD card actually would go into the ender, and then you have to go through and select which one you would want to print, send it, and then it would start going. So I'm curious to find out how well the Creality app actually works. So this is metal grease. This metal grease that it comes with is specifically designed for, well, let's just do it like this instead of trying to break this glass. So we've got the rails here that the print head slides on. So we've got our X and our Y axis that has got these rails on here. These do have to have some grease on them from time to time. I don't know yet if there's like a specific time frame or a number of hours that it has to be on before you need to grease it. I'm sure it's probably just one of those things to keep an eye on. If the grease has kind of dissipated some, I'm sure you're probably going to hear it at some point, maybe get a little bit more kind of a stutter from it as the print head's moving around. So this is, like I said, this is 300 cubed, so it's 300 by 300 by 300. This is a Core XY, so the bed goes up and down. The print head moves around. So the reason why I like this so much, so on your standard bed slinger, you've got your print on the bed, right? Well, that bed is going back and forth. See what happens? So it's wobbling a little bit. But also, while it's wobbling, the print head is trying to figure out where to print. Now, if you've done, you've done good calibrations and you don't have any problems, you can get fantastic prints out of a bed slinger. Everything that I printed up until this point was on bed slingers. Core XY, the bed just goes up and down. So the object that you're printing is not going crazy. It's just up and down, and then the print head just moves around. Much more stable print that allows you to print faster. This has the capability of 600 millimeters per second. We're not going to be doing that. I may give it a shot one time just to see, but I will most likely be staying somewhere around the 250 to 300 range. I might, if I'm trying to get something out a little bit faster, bump it up to about 400. Filament does have a lot to do with that, but I've heard a lot of great things about this. Everything I've seen on here, the majority of the failures are usually due to user error. User error. That's so hard to say. Why? I don't know. You haven't stored your filament properly, or you didn't pay attention to the settings, or you had a failed print. This is a big one. You get a failed print. Like, oh, I don't know what's going on. You go in and you change this setting, and then this one, and then this one. You change too many settings instead of trying to fix one thing at a time. So if you get a failed print, do your homework, try and figure out why what could have been the cause, fix one thing at a time. It's either going to get better or it's going to get worse, and then you can move on from there. 3D printing is not a flawless thing. You're going to have problems. I don't care if you've been printing for 10 years or 10 days. You're going to have problems. That's just the nature of it. Things happen. Things wear out. That's just how it is. So if you're getting into 3D printing because you just want to set it and forget it, that's not going to be the case. You're going to have problems. But if you like to tinker, this is a great hobby to get into. I love to tinker. So let's start getting stuff put together here. We're going to start with the handle. No idea if that's what it says to do in the instructions, because I'm a guy, and according to everybody, guys don't read instructions. So why let everybody down? That's the wrong size. That is also what? Interesting. So they missed an Allen wrench apparently. Okay, handles on. Before we go too much further, we're going to go ahead and get these rubber feet on. Now I am going to go this way first. Let's get that one on. Let's get this one. Gonna push down on a little bit just to make sure that they're in there. And there's that one. And there's that one. So if you noticed, while I was pulling back on this one, I had my hand right here just to keep this from flinging open. This is supposed to be magnetic. Ah, see? Maybe I should have read the instructions. So I do notice, I guess this is part of where the refurbishment kind of deal is. The rubber seal, or maybe that's magnetic. Let's find out. Yeah, the rubber seal right where the magnet for the door is actually worn off just a little bit. I'm sure it's not a huge deal. I don't need this printer to be fully enclosed, and to be completely honest, I'm not going to be printing a whole lot of ASA or anything like that. I'm not going to be printing anything that needs to be enclosed, so it's not a huge deal. There we go. That's what it was. So the handle comes with this little plate. I don't know how well you can see it. It's got this little metal plate. It has to go on the inside. That's what the magnet holds on to. Makes sense. I'm a dummy. Whatever. Okay, so now that we've got those out of the way, we are going to turn this bad boy around. So inside here, there are 3 screws that need to be removed, and there are yellow arrows. There's 2 up front, there's 1 in the back. It's pointing to those arrows to try to remind you that they need to come out. If they don't come out, from what I've seen, once you get the screen and everything hooked up, it will actually give you an indication on the screen saying they have not been removed. It looks like this one is already out. Okay. So this K1 Max comes with an A plate. It does say on here to apply glue before using. I've seen several videos of people not using the glue. I'm gonna run a couple prints first just to see if it's necessary. It feels a little textured. It is. This is magnetic. The cool thing about these, it's got these notches on the back. My ender that I had did not have anything like that. I had to perfectly line the plate up, and then it came with these clips that I had to clip all the way around it. I had to make sure that the clips were in the right spot. If not, then my print head would end up running into it, cause a problem. This one is a magnetic build plate. Like I said, it's got those notches in the back of it. You put it in, finds where it goes, drop it, you're done. Nice and simple. This has got a massive internal fan inside here that also has more of this crap tape on it. I hate this stuff. Anyways, so this thing is going to be a little bit louder than your traditional printer. There's not really a whole lot that we can do with it. I'm sure that there's probably an upgrade, maybe a silent motherboard or something like that. Not going to worry about it. It's mostly enclosed, so that's going to help out with a lot of noise right out of the gate. We are going to hook up the screen next. So let's do that. So right inside here, you know what? Surprise, surprise. Every single Allen screw on here, I do not have the right Allen key for. Amazing. Well, let's hope that we don't need it to put the screen on. So we got the screen. Screen does appear to be used. It's got fingerprints and stuff all over it, and it looks like maybe it was in a smoker's house or something that's got a nice film over it. Let's do one of these, get it cleaned up real good. And there we go. Still got a little bit of something right here. I'm not sure. It's not coming off. It's not a huge deal. It's just, I don't know. It's a little annoying to look at. Okay. We're going to stop with that. So we've got a ribbon connector here that is, you guessed it, taped down. Be careful not to tear that. Let's get the tape off of it. We're going to hook up this ribbon connector here. Make sure that I'm in the most awkward position possible. I'm going to turn this around because I really don't want to break this door. All right, and then it's got little clips over here on the right-hand side. It goes in and down. There it is. Boom. So I'm going to do a test print on this, obviously. I need to load it up. I know with the brand new K1 Maxes, it's got, I think, 3 different files on there. I think it's a benchy, a filament spool holder, and there was something else. I don't remember what it was. We're not going to do the benchy. Everybody does the benchy. We're not doing the benchy. I have no need for a boat. I don't have any need for it at all. So that's not what we're going to do. And let's hit the power button. Ooh-wee. Okay. So it does only have this little tiny, I don't know how well you can see it. So shining right there on my hand. It's only about 2.5, 3 inches long. That's the only light that's in here. I've heard a lot of issues with the time-lapse camera. It's not quite enough light for it. I am going to be getting an upgrade for that. It's going to have the LED lights that go all the way around on the inside here. So we are going to select English, obviously. Remove the 3 screws A, B, and C according to the location of the yellow arrows. Done. See, we're already ahead of the game. Please keep the blue cube in the diagram clear of debris and click OK. So it says the blue cube here. It's hard to see. Okay, so they just don't want anything inside here. So they're just making sure that you've already removed all the foam, all the tools, everything else that was inside there. Okay, that's done. Privacy policy, yeah, I'm not going to tell on you. Next, so now we need to set up our internet. And wouldn't you know it, I don't remember the password to my internet. How many people remembers it? Honestly, I said it one time and I'm done. Neither here nor there. I'll be right back. We're back. Yeah, I had to go get the password from my wife because yeah. Okay, let's get this taken care of real quick. Password. I'm not telling you my password. Don't ask. Okay. Oh, look at there. Connected. All right, next. Time zone. We're in the time zone that we're in. All right, self-check. Please place the printing platform. Done. The self-check process is expected to take around 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Let's just double check. Yep, we're good there. Start detecting. Do not touch the printer during the self-check. So right now, self-check, it's going to tell you, it's telling you everything that it's going through. It looks like we got nozzle heating, hotbed heating, heat break fan, mainboard fan, input shaping, and auto leveling. So I'm going to close this. We're just going to let it do its thing for a minute, or 11 apparently. And while it's doing that, I'm going to take this filament out of the box and let you listen to some awesome music. Maybe. Okay, so there you have it. Self-check complete. Okay. And everything looks good. So now we can go through and look at the settings. Okay, so this is what it came with. Looks like we've got the Creality test cube. We've got the spool holder, the K1, oh, the side spool holder. So I guess that's probably what we're going to print first. And then it has the benchy, and then it also has a scraper that you can actually print out. I'm probably also going to print out this scraper just because I'm not a big fan of using the metal scraper on these beds. I've never really had an issue with it, but there's a first time for everything, right? So let's get some filament loaded up, and let's get that side spool holder. Now this does have, right inside here, this has got a filament runout sensor, which is amazing. The head on here, this has also got a lock, so you can run the filament down in there. So we're going to go ahead and get this hyper peel. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's see right here. Okay, that might not be a big deal. The PTFE tube on the back here is a little bent. It's like an aggressive bend, and it was trying to snag a little bit. I think I got it taken care of though. So now we're going through the runout sensor, coming on around. Now we're not going to put the glass on here because I don't know, you can't really tell, at least from that angle, but the PTFE tube, way it sticks up, if I put the glass on here right now, it's just going to keep rubbing along the bottom of that glass, and I'm worried that it's going to eventually cause a problem on the tube right here. So once I get the side spool holder printed out, I'm going to actually I'm going to print a riser to get this glass up just a little bit. It's going to be a vented riser. Like I had mentioned earlier, I'm never going to really have a need for an enclosed printer, except the rare occasion. So I'm just going to do a vented riser, mostly because I don't want to lose the glass or have the glass get broken. So I would rather have everything together if possible. So we are about through there. And there's that bend again. I don't like that bend. I may have to. There we go. Okay. So we are in. I said we're in, but look at there. PTFE tube came out of the runout sensor, which is not good at all. Let's take this blue clip out here. If I can get my fat fingers in there to get it out. There we go. Get this. Well, I dropped the clip. There it is. Can I get it without it falling down into whatever abyss of wires this is? Well, this is fun. Because the clip fell down underneath that bottom plate. Told you. This is not an exact science. I mean, I guess it probably is for some people, but things happen. It's just the nature of it. Now I got to figure out how to get that clip out of the bottom. Let's shut this down, unplug it. Let's tilt it this direction here and hope that nothing else goes wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to have to go find an Allen wrench. Okay, so we got our Allen wrench. Now, I don't know if that issue with the PTFE tube at the runout sensor is a result of it being a refurbished printer, or if this is just my luck. I'm going with probably it's just my luck. That's just how things go. We got the 4 feet taken off, and then it looks like we've got 2 screws. There's one, and the other. And there it is. I guess while we're under here, I'm just kidding. We're not doing anything underneath here. I'm not touching anything right now. We're just gonna live life to the fullest. Aren't we? Aren't we? Now, I don't know if any of you all have noticed yet. Maybe you have, but I'm bald. I know. It's okay. You can say it. I'm bald. This was not a choice, but here we are. And you know what? I'm proud of it. Because a lot of you out there that has hair, how much time do y'all spend in the morning making sure that your hair is nice and pretty and you're ready to go out for the day? 10, maybe 20 minutes for some of you. You know how much time I spend? 9. Well, okay, I can't say 9. I do have a beard, so that does take a little bit of time. But for the most part, it's not that bad. Back up. Let's get the feet back on here real quick. Cross your fingers that we don't have to do this again. Lift up this side. Again, I'm holding onto the door right here. And okay. Now, there it is. Let's get this clip back on the PTFE tube, and let's make sure that it's pushed in all the way first. Okay, we're clipped. So, let's try and put the filament back in here one more time and hope that we don't run into the same issue, because that's a nightmare. There's not a lot of room right here to work with too when that happens, apparently, so all right, back through the runout sensor. All right, let's Let's make sure this is unlocked. There we go. So we're going to lock it back. We're going to plug it back in. All right, so there we have it. 16 minutes and 42 seconds. Let's have a look at it. Well, those are some, I don't know how well you can see it. Layer lines are not bad at all. I mean, 16 minutes, that is just, got a little bit of stringing up here. No big deal. Look at there, I dropped it. I mean, that is pretty solid. Looks like we got a little bit of a burring in there, no big deal. That'll come out pretty easy. But I mean, 16 minutes. There we have it. Benchy. 16 minutes. This thing is solid. This thing is fast. Obviously, I had a little bit of issue with the tubing going into the runout sensor. I had to take the bottom apart. You saw that. Once I got that little tiny thing, of course, that was probably user error. Just being completely honest. But wow. I mean, wow. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is, was it worth the $339 that I spent on it versus paying the $700 that was on sale for Black Friday? Yeah. I mean, yeah. This was a lot more than I expected. I've seen a lot of videos. I mean, I've seen it work, but I mean, actually getting my hands on it and getting to see it do what it does in person. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is just wild. I am going to start putting this thing to the paces. I'm going to be printing like crazy on this thing. And now I don't have to wait forever for a print to get done. If I had printed this on the Ender 3 that I had, this was probably, I don't know, maybe hour and a half, somewhere in that network. I don't know. I never printed one. This is the very first Benchy I have ever printed. I couldn't be happier. I don't know what else to say about that. It's just, if you're looking for a printer and you're looking for something that's fast, something with a large build volume, this is by no means, this is not the biggest printer that there is out there at all. I mean, there's so many other printers available. I mean, it is, the amount of printers that we have available to the general public now is just astounding. But for this price, you can't beat it. You just can't. It's wow. I had played around with the idea of getting a Bamboo, the A1. I couldn't see paying that extra, was $160, $150, $200, whatever it is for the AMS on it. I don't have any need to print in multicolor. This was the best option for me. I enjoy going through and doing the sanding and doing the painting and seeing it go from this to something that's actually got some life to it and some vibrancy and some color. I enjoy that. I love it. I am going to be moving on from here. I will be posting at least one video every week. If you like what you saw, you enjoyed it, if this was helpful in any way, if you've got any comments, please try and keep them positive, obviously. If you got any questions, anything like that, drop them down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. If you want to be notified, hit that bell. That way, when the next video comes out, you are ready and you are on top of it and you can see what's coming next. Like I said, I will be doing a lot more videos. And as we progress, I'll start doing some tutorials, a few things, how do I have my print settings set up? Am I gonna continue using the Creality print? Am I gonna go back to Cura? Am I gonna use Orca Slicer? You just have to wait and see. So until we meet again, this has been the Budget Print Alchemy. I'm Danny, and I'm out. Have a good one.